Welcome to Silas Infotex. In this video, I am going to show you how to set up EVE-NG virtual emulator on the ESXi host. So stick with me until end of this video. Before starting configurations, let me briefly explain what an EVE-NG is. Emulated Virtual Environment Next Generation is a network emulation software that allows users to create virtual networks for testing and learning purposes. It provides a platform for emulating complex network scenarios by running virtual routers, switches, and other network devices. EVE-NG supports a variety of virtualization technologies, including QEMU, KVM, VMware, and others. User can import and run virtual machines with different network operating systems such as Cisco IOS, Juniper, JuneOS, FortiGate, Fortinet, and others. This makes it valuable tools for networking engineers, administrators, and students who want to practice and experiment with network configuration without need for physical hardware. So let's get started configurations. First of all, we need to download the EVE-NG. So EVE-NG you can search EVE-NG download. Here you can see on the top EVE-NG download page is displayed. So for EVE-NG Professional, you have to pay for the license, and if you want to buy EVE-NG Professional, you can get 25% off right now. They are providing Black Friday discount. So if you want to use free EVE Community Editions, you can just click on the free EVE Community Edition button. But there are some limitations of uses on the free EVE Community Editions. So in this video, I am going to download the free EVE Community Editions. So you can just click on free EVE Community Edition button. So here you can redirect to the download mirror. If you want to use the OVF file, you can use Google Mirror or Mega Mirror or Sync Mirror. And if you want to use ISO file, you can also use Google Mirror, Mega Mirror, and Sync Mirror similarly. So in this video, I am going to use the OVF files. So I am going to download the OVF file from Mega Mirror. Actually, I am not going to download this file because I have already downloaded the file on my computer. So here you can see, if you click the Mega Mirror download link, you will redirect to the download options. So you can click on downloads. Since I have already downloaded the OVF file, so I am going to upload the OVF file to the ESXi host. For that, you need to close or minimize the browser, or just minimize the browser and open the ESXi host using your ESXi host IP address and go to virtual machines. So just create virtual machine or register virtual machine. So here I am going to deploy the virtual machine using the OVF files. So you can click deploy a virtual machine from an OVF or OVF files. Select that options and click on next. And you can give the any name for the virtual machine. So in this example, I am going to give the name my lab -ENG. After giving the name, you can upload the OVF files that you have downloaded already. So just click over there, or you can drag and drop. So select the OVF file that you have downloaded previously. Select all files and click on open, and similarly click on next. If you have a multiple storage, you can choose as you like. So in my case, I have 3 data storage, so I'm going to choose the first one. So you can select or you can choose anyone as you like depending on your environment. And similarly, if you have a multiple network mapping, you can choose the network adapter depending on your environment. So in my case, I'm going to choose the VM networks. Then disk provisioning mode, you can choose any of them. So I'm going to keep default here and click on next. And here you can see, do not refresh your browser while this VM is being deployed. So please don't refresh your browser. So now OVF file is being uploaded to the ESXi host. So it will take the time depending on your network environment. So OVF file is successfully uploaded successfully. So now let's edit the hardware resources of the virtual machines. Just click on the virtual machine and go to actions and click on edit settings. By default there is 4 CPU, 8 GB RAM and 60 GB hard disk. So I'm going to edit my virtual machine here. Edit setting. You can edit the hardware resources depending your environment. So in my case, I'm going to choose the 12 CPU here, number of CPU 12. And memory size. So I'm going to use the 48 GB memory here. And 500 GB hard disk. So let's start the virtual machine or EVE-NG network emulator virtual machine. So here you can see EVE-NG virtual environment is being started. And the IP address 172.168.200.86 is getting from the DHCP server. So let's configure the initial setup of EVE-NG EVE-NG network emulator server. For that, we need to connect the EVE-NG server from the SSH or using the SSH. So SSH-L, username root, and EVE-NG server IP address 172.16.200.86. and press enter, and you can just type the S if you are connecting the first time. And password, the default password is EVE. So here you can specify the root password. So I'm going to set up the password here. So again, confirm password, and you just press the enter key, and you can also specify the host name, or you can keep as default. So in this video, or in this example, I am going to keep the my EVE-NG and press enter. If you want to specify the DNS or domain name, you can specify here, but I am going to keep blank here or keep empty here and press enter. IP address also you can specify static or DHCP. So I am going to keep default here and press enter again. So if you want to specify the NTP server, you can specify here. So in this example, I am going to keep empty here and press enter. And connection mode, direct connection or anonymous proxy or authenticated proxy, you can specify, but in this example I am going to use direct connection. Press the enter key. So let's access the EVE-NG emulator server from the GUI. Open your browser and enter your EVE-NG server IP address. In my case, 172.16.200.86 is the IP address of EVE-NG lab or EVE-NG network emulator server. So add the new lab here. Just click on add new labs and specify the any name as you want. So this is the dashboard or default dashboard of EVE-NG network emulator server. So by default there are no any nodes installed on the EVE-NG network emulator server. For that we have to upload or we have to configure the manually, or we need to add manually. So here you can see there are no any nodes highlighted except virtual PC. By default only virtual PC is enabled, so you can use it anytime or after installing the network emulators server. So let me upload the Windows 10 ISO file and configure the Windows 10 on EVE-NG network emulator server. For that you have to download the Windows 10 ISO file from the official site of Microsoft official site. So in this example I have already downloaded the ISO file from the Microsoft official site. So to upload the images to the EVE-NG network emulator server. We have to use WinSCP or FileZilla or FTP, any other FTP server. So before uploading the ISO file, let me create the directory for Windows 10. So for that you can use mkdrive/opt/unetlab/addon/qemu/win10 and just press enter. Change the directory to win10. And you can list the any file inside the Windows 10 directory using ls flags or ls command. So let's upload the Windows 10 ISO file to EVE-NG network emulator server. So network emulator server IP address is 172.16.200.86 and username root and password my password. Enter your password here and you just click on OK. After authenticated successfully, go to the root directory and opt and unetlabs add-ons and qemu, and here you can see there is Windows 10 directory. So paste here. The ISO file should be pasted here. Copy the ISO file and paste to the Windows 10 directory. Click on OK. So depending on your network environment, it will take time. So I'm going to fast forward the video here. So Windows ISO file uploaded successfully. You can minimize or you can close the WinSCP tools. So again, let's go to the CLI. So we have to add the hard disk for the Windows 10. Before that, let me check the Windows 10 files uploaded successfully or not. So for that, right click on the free space and click on nodes and drag down or drop down or scroll down to the Windows. So here you can see Windows option is highlighted. You can click over there, and on the image section you can click Windows 10. So Windows 10 images or Windows 10 image has been successfully uploaded. So again, let's go to CLI mode and let's add the hard disk for the Windows 10. Before that, we need to rename the ISO file to CD-ROM. For that, you can use move command. Move or mv space and write CD-ROM or type CD-ROM.iso Again, let's add the hard disk, or let's create the hard disk for Windows 10. To create the Windows 10 hard disk, we can use /opt/qemu/bin/qemu-image create-s qcow to versio.qcow2 and the hard disk size. So in this example, I am going to use or create the 60 GB hard disk for Windows 10. 60, and you can use capital G for GB. So Windows 10 hard disk has been successfully created. So again, let's move to the GUI section or browser section. Let's refresh the browser once, and let's add the nodes. Go to Windows option here and click Windows, and you can choose the image from the image section, or you can specify the number of nodes to add. So in this example, I'm not going to add more than once or more than single nodes. You can change the icon, also specify the CPU number of CPU and memory size. So here I am going to change the memory size to 8 GB. And you can also specify the number of Ethernet port to Windows 10 computer. So I'm going to keep default here and click on save. So Windows 10 has been successfully added to the topology. So to start or to power on the Windows, you can right click and click start, or just you can double click on the Windows icon. So click start. Now Windows icon is highlighted here, so Windows 10 is started, and you can double click over there. So you can view the QEMU or BNC viewer. For that, you have to download the Windows client-side tools. You can download the Windows client-side tool from the EVE-NG official site. Go to EVE-NG official site and click on download menus. So here you can see Windows client side. So in this Windows client side, all packages are included: PNC, Wireshark, PuTTY, and etc. If you want to use Mac, you can click on Mac link, a Mac download it. If you want to use Linux client side, then you can use Linux client side package, or I have already installed on my computer, so I'm not going to download here right now. So let's install the Windows 10. So depending on your hardware resources, it will take take a time more than normal PC. So if you have a license, you can specify license, but I don't have, so I'm skipping here, and I want to install the Windows 10 Pro. So here you can see, you cannot see any hard disk. So for that you can click browser and floppy disk drive B, storage, and AMD 64. Click on OK. So hard disk has been detected, and click on next. So if you want to partition the hard disk, you can partition here, but in this example I'm not going to partition the hard disk, so click on next. So Windows 10 is installing right now. So Windows is being installed here. So let's upload the FortiGate firewall image to the EVE-NG lab or EVE-NG network emulator server. To upload the firewall images, first of all we have to create the directory for firewall images here. So make directory /opt/unitlab/aron qemu/fortinet-fgt and press enter. Again, let's change the directory to fortinet-fgt. And press enter. And to list the file, you can use ls-flags or ls command. Here you can see there is no any files. So go to the or copy the FortiGate firewall images to the So let's copy the FortiGate firewall image to EVE-NG network emulator server. So I have already downloaded the FortiGate firewall images from the official site of Fortinet or FortiGate. You can download the FortiGate firewall from the official site. For that you have to register your email address. Otherwise you cannot download the FortiGate firewall iOS. So again, let's open the WinSCP tools. Similarly, go to QEMU and refresh once. So here you can see FortiGate directory, and press here. So FortiGate firewall image has been uploaded successfully. Again, let's go to the browser. Before that, we need to set the permission for the Fortinet directory, and also we have to change the or unzip the zip files and change the file to the Versio format. So you can see there are two files, zip files and FortiOS.qcow files, qcow2 files. Remove the zip files, or you can remove it any after. So again, let's change the FortiOS.qcow file to qcow Versio.qcow2 format. And again press enter. Remove the there is no files yet. So let's move to the browser or GUI mode. Let's give the permission for FortiGate firewall images. So permission has been added successfully. So open the browser and let's add the FortiGate on the topology. FortiGate nodes on the topology. Right click on nodes. Here you can see FortiGate is highlighted. So you can click over there. And on the image section you can choose FortiGate. If you want to change the icon, you can change it. And you can also specify the RAM size, CPU size, but I'm going to keep default here. So let's add the networks and type management and click on save. Let's connect the FortiGate and management network. So here you can specify the interface for the FortiGate. So in my case I am going to use the port 1 and click on save. Again let's power on the FortiGate firewall here. Just double click or right click and click on start. So in the free editions, if the nodes is power on, you cannot connect with each other. To connect to the switches or firewall devices, you have to shut down your nodes, otherwise you cannot connect the node each other. But in professional edition you can connect while the nodes are in power on states. So in this example, the Windows 10 is being installed here, so I cannot power off here. So I'm going to start the FortiGate firewall here and double click on the FortiGate firewalls and click on open link. If you have already installed the Windows client side pack, the putty also included on that package, so it will automatically open the putty. So username admin. So by default there is no password. Just press enter and specify the new password. So I am going to specify my password here. Admin, enter, and my password. So password has been successfully set up here. So let's check the port 1 status here. For that you can use get system interface command. So I'm going to check the status of the port on here. So get system interface and enter. Here you can see port 1 has getting the IP address of 172.16.200.48 with subnet marks 16 or 255.255.0.0. So again let's edit the port on here. So com system interface and edit port 1. So I want to set allow access https http ssh ping and press enter, and you can enter the in command here. So you can access the FortiGate from the GUI too. So 172.16.200.48 and press enter. So enter your credential here. In my case, username admin and my password, and you can click on login. So if you want to set the host name or dashboard, you can click on begin here, or you can click on later too, or you can set it on later too. So I'm going to click on later here. So here you can see on the beginning you can check out the introduction of FortiGate FortiOS 7.0.0 versions. So if you don't want to show it again, you can click don't show again or enable the radio button and click on OK. Now here you can see the system informations, and this is the license informations and virtual machine license informations or CPU and RAMs informations. If the device is connected, you can get the FortiGate cloud information here. For now I'm going to shut down the FortiGate firewall here, and you can press Y. Now FortiGate firewall is being shut down here. So again, let's upload the Cisco switch images to the EVE-NG network emulator server. For that, you have to download the Cisco images or Cisco switches or router images from the official site of Cisco official site. So I have already downloaded the images here. So I am going to upload. First of all, I am going to upload the Cisco switch images here. So for that, go to root directory, again opt unit labs add-ons. For Cisco switches, you need to go, or you have to go dynamics and paste it here and click on OK. So again, let's go to the GUI or browser. So right click, click on nodes, and here you can see Cisco iOS 37.25 Dynamics is highlighted. So if you want to add the nodes, you can click over there and you can select the image from the image section. Or let's change the icons. So by default there is no Ethernet port, so you have to add the Ethernet port here. So you can choose nm-16 ESW or nm- click on save, and let's connect the Cisco switch and Fortinet or FortiGate firewall. If you want to specify the Cisco switch port, you can choose from the interface sections and click on save. So let's start the FortiGate and Cisco switch. Right click or start, right click and start. Here you can see FortiGate firewall and Cisco switch are being started here. To access the CLI, you can double click on the Cisco image, Cisco icons or Cisco nodes. Now you can enter the no here and press enter to get started. So since the Cisco device is the first time started, so there is no any configurations on this device. So I'm going to configure the host name here. And also set the VLAN 1 or VLAN IP address here. For that, you can use IP address DHCP command. And press enter and exit from the configuration mode, or you can write memo. You can use write memo or write only, sorry, WR only. Again, let's access the FortiGate firewall from the GUI. So you can use your login credential here. So let's configure the simple network here. For that, we have to configure the network port here. Go to network menu or navigation menu, network and interface. So in this topology, Cisco switch and FortiGate is connected using the port 2. So I am going to configure the port 2 here. You can give any aliases here and you can define the roles here. In this example, I'm going to set the LAN and I'm going to set the IP address 192.168.1.1/24 and administrative access ping only, and also enable the DHCP server for 20 hosts. If you want more hosts, then you can add your choice. Also, you can specify the default gateway and DNS server and lease time here. So in this example, I am going to specify the DNS server only. So click on specify and click on add button. Then I am going to use the Google public cloud DNS server 1.1.1.1. So list time I am going to keep default. Click on OK. So IP address and DHCP server has been configured successfully. So let's try the ping from the Cisco switch to FortiGate firewall interface, LAN interface. Here you can see the VLAN 1 is getting IP address 192.168.1.2 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0 from the DHCP server. So let's try to ping the FortiGate firewall port to IP address 192.168.1.1. So here you can see ping is successful. Again, let's try. Okay, let's finish the installations of Windows 10. Let's ping to the Google DNS server. Here you can see ping is not successful because we don't configure any firewall policy on the FortiGate firewalls. We have to configure the FortiGate firewall policy here, otherwise you cannot go or you cannot ping outside. IP addresses, outside IP addresses like Google's or other public addresses. For that, we have to create the firewall policy. Go to Fire Policy and Object, click on Firewall Policy. And create new name internet. You can give any name here. And incoming interface, in my case or in this example, port 2, and outgoing interface port 1. Source, so in this example I am going to use alls. So if you want to specify, you can choose any of them from the list here. And destination also all, service also all, and action accept. If you want to block, then you can click on Denny, and NAT mode should be enables, and click on OK. So again, let's check the ping from Cisco switch to the Google DNS server. So at this time, ping has been successful. Here you can see. So successfully pinging to the Google DNS address 8.8.8.8. So let's shut down the Windows 10 and connect the Cisco switch and Windows computer. If the nodes is power on, then you cannot connect each other. That's why you have to shut down the nodes before connecting. You can right click and click on stop. Now Cisco switch and Windows 10 has been shut down successfully. Let's connect each other. Click on save. Again, let's start the or power on the Windows 10 computer and Cisco switch. So open the Windows 10 and let's check the browsing and other connections. In this way, we can configure or set up EVE-NG network emulator software on the ESXi host. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you haven't already subscribed my channel to get more content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.